Morgul versus Gul'dan.
Hey folks, it's Kikoskia here with some more Hearthstone? Well played! I've won my first match with this deck already, and I didn't even play a single card. That's how powerful it is, folks. It is unstoppable, and I cleared a daily by doing that. Let's try this again, shall we? But this time with an actual match. When you think of the Shaman class in Hearthstone, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Some people may think of spells like Hex, other people may think of things like Alakia. I think of totems. And this wild deck is all about totems. There's a spell here that if you overkill, gives you a totem. There's a totem that gives you cards. There's a minion here that buffs your totems when you use your hero power. And there are many minions that have the totem type. And minions that get buffed. Okay, what is going on here? I am puzzled. Are you all in cahoots to get me to rank 18? I think you might be. Win number 2, I guess. Clearly, my totem deck is just too unstoppable. They've heard about it already. They're running in fear.
Morgul versus Medivh.
Let's hope you don't concede. Here is one of the new totems that was released with Saviors of Uldum, the evil totem. You know what, this is actually a pretty decent hand. I'm going to keep the entire thing. Looks like this opponent is a hero indeed, for they dare to face the totem deck. And they have Prince Malchezaar. Hello, how are you? I think I'm going to coin out the evil totem. The more turns this is in play, the more lackeys I get, and lackeys are quite useful in this deck. Especially ones that deal 2 points of damage. Next turn I don't mind hero powering, or just totemic smashing. Ooh, totemic smash is actually quite good here, so I'm gonna go for it. 2 damage here, and then overkill to get a totem, and make my thing from below even cheaper, and make sure that this survives so that I can get another lackey. A lackey that's going to give me a spell. I really don't have that many spells. Oh dear. Fortunately, I was able to survive that, but probably not for much longer, because I don't have any direct damage to deal against you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Nightmare Amalgam, and then I'm just going to hit the face. I'll get one more totem. Not too bad. There's a very important spell that I've added into this deck that was released with Saviors of Uldum, and that is a 0 mana spell that gives my totems +2 attack. And not surprisingly, that's going to get buffed to make it a 3/5. And oh dear, that wasn't a good place for those flames to go. But I think I can do something here. Well, I can play another evil totem for sure. I could also see if I can find a spell that will help me. Mutate's not that bad. Reign of Toads isn't that bad either. I could turn the totem I have into a 4-drop, and I'm actually going to do that. Going to trade here. I'm going to play this evil totem. Keeping this here, because I don't want that to get fireballed. It's one of my more powerful minions. And then... Ooh, that's a pretty good one. That's a very good one. 3/1 to 3/8 with Taunt? I'll take it. And then we can make it into an even bigger minion eventually. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The mage is going maximum Flame Waker. This is really bad. That's 2 damage, and goodbye, totem number 1. But this is still alive. Just. And you decided not to attack. Thank you. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I think actually what I'll do is I will rush this so that it gains +1 attack so we can get rid of one of them. Then... I'm going to turn it into an even bigger minion! 5/3 is not the biggest minion. I could make preparations, however, for my turn 7. And I think I'll do that. They're all going to turn into totems when they die. That is what Primal Talismans does. And you may not think that's significant. But when I can give them all +2 attack on turn 7, those totems add up. You're going to polymorph that, which will deal even more damage, giving me a totem. You're going to trade into the totem. And then you're going to ping that one to get another totem, or are you going to ping... Nope, you're going to do that to make... You're going to hit that one, actually, to make another totem. Could I kill this by using my totems? I have 2 totems, which gives +2/+2. If I put 2 more totems out, I could actually kill that. And I can put 2 more totems out. I can hero power. I can play this, which makes 4, and then +4/+4. It is the most mighty of sheep. Have at thee! And now I think I will play the 5/5. I want there to be a big, tempting target here. Plus, I'm still getting lackey cards. These lackey cards are really good. They just keep giving me fuel, and I'm expecting a Flame Strike. Or a Cavaldir Raider. Oh, the Cavaldir Raider is a good thing to see here. It's very good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to trade here. And then I'm going to trade here so that I can make some space. This is why.
There is a lot at stake here.
Get it? Totems are kind of like stakes? Never mind. Let's just hero power and give all of these +2 attack. 2, 4, 6, 8, and an extra 5. Now you're at 15, and I get yet another lackey. I have to say this match has gone exceptionally well, because I managed to get the board early and keep it. There's the Lich King. I should be a little bit afraid of that Lich King purely because of the Lich King card. However, I can trade here, and then hero power, and then totemic surge, to give all of my totems a huge amount of attack. Have at thee! Totem power! And victory is ours! That 0 mana spell that gives +2 attack makes all the difference for a deck revolving around totems, as it gives you an ability to clear the board of totems you don't want, while also giving you some much needed punch. And with those 2 wins that people for some reason decided to give me, that gets me to rank 18! So far this is going exceptionally well, but I'm bound to come across an opponent who can actually get a board in the early game and crush me. And I didn't even get any of my card draw cards, which you can count on one hand because it's pretty much the Manatide totem. And I didn't get the Flame Tongue totem either. Let's see how we do this time.
Morgul versus Gul'dan.
This time it's a Warlock.
Shall be mine.
And we have a pretty good turn 1 here, and we also have the Splitting Axe. The Splitting Axe summons copies of your totems, and I really want that to copy the Evil Totem and the Primal Fin Totem. Hello. How are you? Are you an aggressive deck, or are you a slow deck? I want you to be a slow deck, and you are. Marvelous. Let's get started with those lackeys. They are drawn to a totem, and the first lackey is one that gives my totem attack, which isn't too bad. Can you get rid of it? Will you get rid of it?
Mind if I roll need?
You can. Can I do something to save the totem? I actually could if I wanted to. I could give it +1/+1. And you know what? that's actually worth it. It lives! You get a card. I get another lackey. Unfortunately, it's another goblin lackey. I really would have preferred a different one. Kobold Librarian. Plated Beetle. We have a Tuskar totemic here that will summon a random basic totem. We also have the Primal Fin totem that will give me a 1/1 Murloc. I'm tempted to actually play this one, and then use the Goblin Lackey so that I can get rid of the 2/1. Otherwise, if we play with 3/2, it'll just die to that, and the totem will die to the Plated Beetle. This is ultimately a stronger play. This and that. My board is pretty weak to 1 damage clears, but it's quite wide, and I get another lackey, but another goblin lackey, and another 1/1. We're just hiring all the goblins today. I don't mind +1 attack and rush, but I would prefer something else because here comes a Hellfire. Not quite what I was expecting at all. We could 4-mana 5/5 taunt, but actually what I want to do is just Tuskar Totemic here.
Did you bring some fish?
We get a 1/1. Not too bad. I think my opponent is a relatively slow deck. Most likely if they're hero powering on turn 5, and drain life on the Totemic. Little do you know that it's the totem you should really fear. Let's play this and get that. And I think now it's time to play the thing from below. And hit you for 1. We're slowly chipping away. There is an ace up my sleeve in my deck. A minion that relies on... Oh! Oh, you think I don't have enough damage? You think I can't deal sufficient damage, but I can. That gives me some more card draw. And then we get a 3/5 totem. You knew the end was coming, Doomsayer. But for you. And with this being 2 health, 3 health, and 2 5 health minions, you can't really defile this away. Tapping. And then Greater Amethyst Spellstone to get rid of that minion. But you know what? We could just get a lot of totems right now. There is a temptation to do that, but I'm going to wait for just a little longer. Going to play this. And then
Elements I like.
a Draenei Totem Carver,
I love.
which suddenly becomes an 8/8. Hit you for 3. Heal. Draw. Create Lackey card. And this is the new Lackey introduced in Saviors of Uldum. Titanic Lackey. That's the end of the Totem Carver, but little do you know, I have another one. And I'm most certainly going to be playing it. Ooh, Splitting Axe number 2. That's tempting to play, but I'm going to wait. Primal Fin. Hero Power.
Elements I like. Totems I love.
Now deal with the 10/10, Warlock. Do you have even more removal? And even if you do, I just gained another card and another Lackey. Titanic Lackeys seem to be what are in abundance right now. Hero Power. Void Walker. Shroom Brewer. Drain Soul on the Lackey spawning totem. That makes sense. Now, let us start dealing a little bit of damage. And I think I want to actually focus my totems about here. There we go. That. Then that. That. So I can use my splitting axe here to make copies of the good totems. 3, 6,
Totally.
12. It's a lot of damage, plus 2 more cards. It copies all of the buffs that any totems have. I'm half expecting a Twisting Nether at this point. It would make sense with the amount of removal that you have. You're down to 9. Another Spellstone. Putting you to 16. Shroom Brewer puts you to 20. Ooh, that's pretty good. That's very good. And I'm actually willing to trade away one of these so that I can use it. Totem joke! And now everything is buffed even more.
Totally.
12, 2, 4, lethal. Well played. And that's another victory for the all-powerful, unstoppable might of totems! Shall we go for one more? Let's go for one more, shall we? And see if we can win one more time. People underestimate totems, I've found. They look at the humble totem and go, there's nothing that totem can do! And then they find out too late that there's plenty a totem can do. I mean, you could pick it up and hit someone with it. It's a stout piece of wood.
Morgul versus Valera.
And here is a rogue. A golden rogue. Totemic surge there. I actually don't want that right now. I will keep a totemic smash and a manatite totem. 2 things from below. I'd better get out some totems pretty quickly. No turn 1, that's fine. I don't really have a turn 1 either. But you know what? I'm actually going to coin out a totem here. Greetings. And that synergizes with my totemic smash. What are you going to do? Hero power? A Neutron. That's fine. I think I'll totem again. Now I have a 1-1. And if you don't clear any of these, I can get rid of that Neutron. Daggering up to hit the... you are deciding to trade into my totems. You have heard of the power of totems. Now I could Manatide here. Or I could Hero Power. I think I'll Manatide. I want to present a tempting target. And I also want to get that card, which draws me the other Manatide. How handy. A Blink Fox. That's not surprising, it's a very versatile minion. Not surprised that you want to slowly chip away at the 0-3. Ooh! You don't want to chip away at the 0-3. You do, however, want to draw another Shaman card. That makes sense. I could do a number of things here. I could Primal Fin Totem. I could just Thing from Below. That's a thing I could do. I could Hero Power Thing from Below. Or I could Primal Fin Totem Thing from Below. That seems a bit better. There we go. A 5-5 in the way. Draw a card. Splitting Axe, pretty good. Get a 1-1. I imagine the 5-5 is going to be sapped or otherwise removed. A rogue secret. Oh, this is getting interesting. Very interesting. You don't often see somebody who will play a rogue secret. Right, you're trading, but not trading completely. I have an opportunity here. Let us Splitting Axe, shall we? And get more of these. Then I think I'm going to, oh, thank you. Then I'm going to, let's see. Hit there. use Totemic Smash to get another totem, and then get rid of that. I think this is a sudden betrayal that you've played. My board is full, and I have lots of card draw. This is one vanish away from disaster, however. You don't have a vanish, though. You're getting rid of the 1/1. You want to get rid of my damage primarily, that makes sense. Weaponized Wasp into the 0/3. Also makes sense. Mercspark Eel, that does nothing. That also makes sense. I could Totemic Smash again. But I really want to trade and get rid of some of these minions. So, I'm going to Flame Tongue Totem. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. Then I'm going to trade here. Hit you in the face. It's not the one that makes you immune. And then I think I will play... how many cards do I have? 8. I need to play some things here. Otherwise, I'm going to start burning cards. So I'm going to do this, which will be to 7. And then this, which will put me to 6. Card. Warlock. Card. Lackey. Very nice. It's not an unimpressive board. And if I draw the one that gives my totems +2 attack... Ooh, there's a Hench Clan Burglar. You could get all kinds of spells with that. I'm one Hellfire away from sadness. Defile would work too. Shadow Visions. That was a very quick pick. That was very quick. Witchy Lackey. 6/5. Ooh, and it's a 6/5. Enemies attacking this have a 50% chance to attack someone else. I need to be careful here. First, I'm going to see what happens if I try to hit it with my axe. And it worked. Very nice. Now, let's eliminate the 50% possibility of it going wrong. Like so. Then, I'm going to use the 1/1 here to trigger the secret. And it'll hit that one. That's fine. Then I think I will Primal Fusion this here to make it into a 5/8. I don't want any more lackeys. And then 5, 7, another 7, and I think this.
Totems I love.
To make an 8/8, giving my opponent lots of targets. And I also don't burn any cards. This is still one vanish away from being an absolute disaster, and there's the vanish! Fortunately, I have lots of things that I can still do. Which doesn't make this an absolute disaster. I got rid of a Thunderbluff Valiant, that's fine.
There is a lot at stake here.
Because I still have this. Which gives me a little more minion presence. Valyria the Hollow, eh?
The shadow.
Okay. You are now stealthed. I can't hit you. But you know what I can do? I can play Primal Talismans so that if you decide to vanish everything again, I will have a board. And I like that plan. So we'll do this. And we'll do this. You all have +2 attack. Then I'm going to Primal Talismans. So even if you vanish things away, I'm still going to have 2 totems. And I can use those totems to deal damage. Not surprisingly, you're going to start using your Death Shadow to try and heal up. And healing up will work here. But I have a lot of things I can do, like Splitting Axe. But do I want a Splitting Axe right now? No, I want to hero power first, and then do a bit of trading. Trade here. Trade here. And then I will hit you 10. And while we're here, why don't we turn this into a 2-drop? Ooh, that's a pretty good 2-drop. And we have another 1/1. It's a full board again, and some of those things are pretty strong. Stonehill Defender to get a taunt, not bad. And you're going to Stonehill Defender again, I imagine, to get another taunt. Or are you going to play the taunt that you just got?
Talk about a nice
A hired gun,
talk
and a
about
second
nice
hired gun. Right, we're going to most certainly trade to get a lot of damage. And to do that, we're going to have to hit here. And then Totem. Buffs everything. Then we play the axe, so that I can then, say, hit here, and there, get rid of that one.
better to eat you with.
And I want my totems to live here, so I think a Primal Fusion. Let's see, I want to actually get some damage through. I don't mind actually trading here. And then I want to do this, so that this survives, and then hit you for quite a lot. Now you're at 7. And I have 3 damage that you can't vanish away in the form of the Splitting Axe. You could have more healing. You only played 1 antique heal bot technically, which means you'd have another 16. But that wouldn't save you, because there's 18 damage on 2 totems alone. Oh, here we go! Yogg-Saron Hope's End. Plague of Madness. We now both have Poison Daggers. Into the Fray will buff your taunts. Unsleeping Soul will give you another Yogg-Saron. And that's it. Well played. I always love it when people play cards like that. And so, unfortunately for you, this match is done. Well played! To my surprise, this deck has performed spectacularly today, winning many matches in a row, including those 2 matches where my opponents saw who they were up against and ran in terror. And so, that was a selection of matches with my Totems deck that's all about totems and totem synergy. Just a few cards added in an expansion can make a deck work. And while I can't promise that this deck is going to do anything at higher ranks, or at this rank I may have just been very lucky, I still find it huge fun to play. And that's all that matters in the end. All it needs to be is a fun deck for me to play it, win or lose. And so, when we come back folks, more Hearthstone. Will it be a deck that I've created, or will it be a tavern brawl? Who can say? All I can say is, I'll have lots of fun playing it, and it'll probably have a lot less totems in it. In fact, I can pretty much guarantee, but it's going to have a lot less totems in it, because it won't be a shaman deck. Or will it? And so, I'll catch you next time folks, and I'll see you then. Later. And the next time you see a shaman player summon a totem, don't just dismiss it. It could have hidden power, the likes of which you couldn't possibly imagine. Or it could be a 0-2 that does nothing. But do you want to take that risk? Do you? Later.